This is not set up for us to graph, so we're going to do the steps that Luis did just suggest. We're going to start by subtracting the 2x to move it over. So if I subtract 2x, we end up with negative 4y greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 10. So basically all I did was I took the positive 2x, and when I moved it to the other side, it becomes negative, because what I'm really doing is subtracting. Now, I still don't have y by itself, so the other step that Luis suggested, and he is correct, is we are going to divide by negative 4 on both sides, which means everything. Now, this gives me y by itself, but Carson reminded us, if you divide by a negative in an inequality, you have to flip the inequality sign around. Greater than has now become less than. Negative 2 divided by negative 4 makes a positive 1/2 x. Positive 10 divided by negative 4 makes a negative 5/2. This is what we will use to create our graph. Negative 5/2 for a y-intercept is not common. Usually we have a whole number to start with, but we can still graph this. This is a very easy fraction for us to graph. If it was something else like 2/7, 3/11, something like that, you would have to estimate where it belongs. But because we are graphing an inequality, an estimation is still going to be okay. Negative 5/2 would be negative 2.5. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, and a half. Right in the middle. Now my slope is a positive 1/2. And I can use a positive 1/2, but I have to be very careful about how I am adding or counting the different spaces here. If I'm starting in the middle, and I have to go up 1 and over 2, that's up a whole 1. I don't just go up to the line. That's not a whole 1, that's a half. Which means because I'm starting in the middle of this square, I am counting middles of squares now for this. So I'm going to go up 1 to the middle of this, and then over 2. Up 1 and over 2 again. Up 1 and over 2. Please fit as many as you can on your grid. Again, please go back to the actual symbol that is in your inequality before you connect the dots. This says less than or equal to, which means I do want to include points on the line, so I will connect them with a solid line. If it was not underlined, I would connect them with a dotted line. This one says less than. When you hear the words less than, should you shade above or below? Below. So please shade everything that is below the line you just drew. That means that every single point that is in this shaded area is a solution to this inequality. Pick any random point, x comma y, plug it into the original inequality that you started with, and you will get a true statement, like 20 is greater than 10, or 15 is greater than 10. 10 is greater than or equal to 10.